Well, good morning, guys. Big A, here we are coming to you live from the station camp, Greenway. Hey, I broke my little gimbal thing, the thing that holds the video stable. I've got to get a new one today, so forgive me, there's a little bit of little twitching going on. Hey, somebody call the doctor. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. That's the title of this Facebook Live. My brother-in-law was sitting in his recliner last Tuesday night, and his jaw started hurting like really bad. I mean, down both sides of his jaw, it started hurting. And he hollered in there to his wife, my wife's sister, and he said, "Hey, somebody call the doctor. Let's see what's going on." I don't know what's going on with my video. Everything is... I'm going to try that this morning. I don't know. This may work. I may be sideways now. I don't know. Am I sideways? Somebody tell me. Everything good? This is a messed up video right out of the gate, but you know what? That's just the way it is. I guess you'll have to turn your phone sideways if I'm all messed up this morning. Back to my story. My brother-in-law, his jaw right down through here started hurting really bad. Well, what was happening is he was having a heart attack. I mean, seriously, he was having a heart attack at that moment. Rushed him to the hospital, did emergency surgery, and he was fine. So here's what I'm asking you. What telltale signs are going on in your life right now where you need to call the doctor, kind of metaphorically speaking? I want to tell you something. You're going to mess around and let your pride and your ego get in the way of great success or great failure. One of the two is going to happen. Let me tell you what you can do. I don't expect you to go out here and broadcast to the world all your problems, all your dirty laundry, all the situations that's going on in your life. I don't do that either. But I do have a core group of people that I do that with, that I share life with, that are proven to be trustworthy. And we get together on a weekly basis, literally, and we share life. Now, some of you out there listening to me right now going, "Big A, I wouldn't do that for love nor money. There's no way I would do that." Well, I want to tell you, there's a train wreck coming if you're not careful, because you're experiencing life for the first time, just like all of us, with situations that you don't know what you don't know. And oftentimes you need help. But here's what happens. Kind of picture this. Some of you last night were sitting around the kitchen table and you were opening the mail and you got all these bills and you can't pay them. And there's tension mounting in your home right now, and there's arguments that come as a result of that. I know, I've been there. I'm raising my hand. I'm telling you, I know what you're feeling. Each of you don't know what to do, and you don't want to tell your friends, "Lord, help us." Don't tell anybody that you're having financial problems. Or let's switch gears. Maybe there's a relational problem. Maybe one of you have had an affair and like the other one can't forgive the person, and you just keep going through this dance day in and day out. Lord knows we don't want to tell anybody. If we tell somebody, they're going to think less of us. They're not going to be our friends. They're not going to want to be around us. That's a lie. It's just not true. Some of you are having troubles today with your teenagers. You know, you got a 16-year-old daughter having sex with her boyfriend, and you don't know what to do. It's like, what did we do wrong? You know, she was raised in a great home, and now she's rebelling. And if we come down on her too hard, you know, she'll move away, or she'll run away, or she'll continue. We don't know what to do. Listen, we all have been in situations where we don't know what to do. Somebody, please, call the doctor. And what I'm talking about is get around other people. We don't know what we don't know. We only have one life experience. We only have one filter. We only have one way, one perspective that we can look at anything. Man, it is so refreshing when you get around other people that love you and you trust, and you can say, "Hey, here's the situation. Our finances are a disaster and we don't know what to do." Or our marriage is on the rocks and we want to fix it. It's not that we're trying to get out of it. We want to fix it, but we don't know what to do. Or our kids having these problems, or my career's on the line and I just don't know what to do. Well, guys, I want to encourage you today. It is so revitalizing, I guess is the word. It's so refreshing. It is so helpful to get 3 or 4 couples or 3 or 4 men, somebody in your life that you can share with. You can let that veil down. You can be transparent. You can be vulnerable. But here's what happens. They're going to think bad of me. They're not going to want to be around me. They're going to think less of us. They're not going to invite us to this or that. It's not true. We all have problems. We all have situations. Nobody is living a life where they don't have something that they're dealing with. One of the things that I get asked on podcast interviews all the time is, what would you have done earlier? And without a question, some of the things that I would have done earlier is I would have gotten accountability groups sooner. I would have gotten a mastermind sooner. I would have gotten people around me that I trust sooner. I would have built relationships that foundationally were solid, people that I could trust and share. I got myself in trouble in so many arenas because, hey, big A, I can do it. I can do anything. Nobody's going to know my stuff. Nobody's going to know I'm having troubles. And I can't tell you early on in our marriage, man, where I couldn't pay the bills and I didn't know what I was going to do, or I felt a certain way and I didn't know who to talk to about it. Don't let your pride and your ego run you off in a ditch at the expense of your relationship personally or one of your children. Either drugs or sex or rebelliousness or whatever it is. I don't know, but you got to get help. You got to get people around you, and I want to encourage you to do that today. Don't believe the enemy. Don't believe the lie that other people are not experiencing that. So we live in this Facebook persona where everybody is showing Hawaii vacations and, you know, the best car and the best dinner and isn't that romantic? But they're not showing you behind the scenes where they're struggling with many of these same issues each and every day. So I want to encourage you today, put a stake in the ground, draw a line in the sand and say, you know what, Big A's got a point. I'm going to get those people around me. I'm going to kind of test the waters. I'm going to meet with somebody and say, hey, our relationship's not right. I need help. You know, I remember my kids coming to me saying, Dad, you shouldn't have done this or done that. I was like, hey, I'm a parent for the first time. Like, you're my first kid. Give me a break. I'm learning. So I would go out and get some help, get some instruction. Don't believe the lies that people are not going to want to be around you, that are not going to trust you. It's a lie. Please don't buy into that. Let's get better. Somebody, please call the doctor. I'm Big A, coming to you live from the station Camp Greenway. You guys have a banner day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.